What would you do if you were told that they can pay you $34,000 to leave their land? Are you going to do that? Are you going to collect it? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and welcome back once again, man. Hey, this is MisterJaay. If this is your first time stopping by, man, proudly Motherland. And on MisterJaay's reaction, we do react on a whole lot of things coming out from the motherland. You feel me? It's always an honor to have you to stop by and check out what we have to say. Remember, we discuss everything on this platform. It really doesn't matter. Music, entertainment, politics, man, social issues, gossip, and all so on and so forth. I want the channel to be open to anything. Now, on this platform, on this vlog, I want us to talk about the recent announcement from the Swedish government that they are willing to pay people to leave their country. But before we do get started, do not forget, man, hey, be part of the channel, man. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like, man. Give us that thumbs up and turn on your notifications so that whenever we drop, you'll be the first to get it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to talk about Sweden. It's been making the buzz online about, the new government in place in Sweden, and that is saying that for any foreigner, especially black foreigner or Muslim foreigner who is willing to leave Sweden, they are going, or they can apply to get $34,000 US. Now it depends, family, individuals, and stuff like that. And so many people have left their comments online, and there's been mixed feelings about, is this okay? Is this no. So this is what I have to say. So the brother reached out to me and asked me what I thought about it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, any country has the right to decide whatever law they want to implement in order to regulate immigration in their various countries. But I would say that we have seen that all over Europe. There is the rise of the right-wing politics, and I think even in Germany is about to start deporting people to Rwanda, just like the Indian boy in the UK tried to do, and it didn't work. And now we are seeing that Sweden is following in that footstep, but they are doubling down. What do I mean by they are doubling that? They are tripling the amount that they are willing to give people to leave their land. This is not a bad thing, but I want us to look at it from a different angle. So we have these Europeans who spent the last centuries going to Africa and pilfering and taking a whole lot of things around the world, man. We have Europeans and their allies that who have in the past centuries been going around the world just trying to implement their hegemony on different countries. And then when these people move into their countries, they get offended that they are losing their countries. Now, whatever you want to consider, whatever you want to understand as a country saying that they are losing their country, they want to reclaim their country back, that is your own point of view. But now imagine if you are an immigrant who has lived in that country for, let's say, 20, 30 years. You've already set foot in that country, and then they come up with this idea. Are you going to just up and leave just because you want to get the $34,000 US, or you would prefer to stay and just ignore that, and then you just take in all the mess that they're going to throw at you? Because there is a new right-wing government that has come into place in Sweden, and in line with what is going all over Europe. Because don't kid yourself, Europe is one. You have countries, they have the same bloodline. If you go and look, you will see that these people came from this side and so on and so forth. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about these $34,000 that they're going to give. I have a few questions. The first question is this. If somebody goes and says, I want to leave now, are they going to give the person that $34,000 to live with? Or that person has to leave and then apply for the $34,000. Second question, Are they asking those without paper, like undocumented people, like people who are filing for asylum, people who are there illegally, and so on and so forth? Or they are asking for people that are documented to leave? The next question I want to ask now, do they have a time span? Like, for example, those that have been in Sweden, let's say for less than 5 years, less than 10 years, you qualify for this. And those that have been in Sweden for more than 20, 30 years, you can stay. Now, these are some of the questions that I'm asking. And lastly, are the taxpayers in Sweden be able to pay all of this? Because all of this money is going to come from taxpayers' pockets. It's not going to come from the government. Now, I know that Sweden is one of those countries with where you pay heavy taxes, and but will they be able to handle this? Now, it is said that they will start doing this from I don't know if it's 2026 or 2025. But think about it. What if 5 million foreigners show up like, hey, we want to go back. We multiply that by 34. That is a whole lot of money. And a part of me is thinking that this is definitely not going to be sustainable and it's not going to work, because that could be money that these various countries can use for different projects. But who am I to say? I don't know how it works in Sweden, and I'm just going to say this. When the people said they no longer want people from around the world, when their forefathers came from different parts of around the world, you can't help but think like maybe it's some form of racism, because they are trying to get rid of or maintain the purity, like they always say, of their bloodline, of their societies. Is this wrong for them to feel that way? They are entitled. But let me ask this. If they are doing all of these things, are they telling these parts of the world where these migrants come from that, hey, we don't have to deal with you guys anymore? For example, Sweden has a whole lot of diplomatic missions around the world. If you are trying to send people back, I think that all of these countries with Swedish embassies, they need to close them and tell them we don't want to do any business with you. And Swedish businesses or any other person tied to Sweden, they should not even be invited back in these different parts of the world. Now, would you take $34,000 to leave Sweden, or you would rather stay? Would you uproot your foundation in the country and just move, or you would rather stay? I don't want to talk so much. I want us to watch this, and then I will come back and give you my closing. Watch this. Yes, take the money and go. Yes, take the money and go. We don't want you here. You have whatever reasons that these right-wing governments and parties are coming into place. But hey, this just goes to show you that these folks they're very okay to come into your own continent and just do whatever they want to, but they don't want you to come into their own continent and stay there and do what you want to, because they are scared that tomorrow they might have a black president in one of these European countries. Let me just say this. I know that some of my African brothers and sisters in Sweden, you guys are going to jump to this. That's some good money to take and go back home and start a business. It's a whole lot of money to take that money and move to a different country. It's a whole lot. That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. Do leave a comment and let me know exactly what you think. Would you take it or you would ignore that? Stay blessed. Peace.